Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing Company, or TSM. Maybe the one company the entire AI boom depends on. But the story is no longer just about dominance. The real question right now is whether the company can turn that dominance into even more profit. Because TSM already makes the world's most advanced chips for companies like Apple, Nvidia, and Broadcom, and those presses are running hot. And while that's happening, TSM is actually doing something investors probably shouldn't be ignoring right now. It's raising prices. Now, that might sound simple on its own, but when your factories are already full and customers are already lined up, well, higher prices can flow very quickly to the bottom line, right? Well, there is a catch. The stock's already had a massive run, and there's a legal ruling that's now sitting on the calendar. And that's why in this video, you're going to learn why TSM's pricing power could be a major earnings driver moving forward, why one overlooked legal risk could matter, and what all of that could mean for the stock from here. But before we begin, if you're new to the channel, hello, my name is Rick Orford. I'm a Wall Street Journal best-selling author. I've been trading since 1999, and no, I'm not a financial advisor. And that's a good thing, because I'm right here with you, breaking down the numbers so retail investors like us can make smarter, more confident decisions with our money. I want to thank The Motley Fool for sponsoring this video. The Motley Fool is a company that provides investing insight and stock recommendations for investors of all skill sets and risk levels. And you all know how much I love researching new stocks and trying to find the next best investment. So I'm proud to partner with The Motley Fool to bring you 10 stock picks from their popular product, Stock Advisor. Stock Advisor has beaten the market by almost 6 times. Go to fool.com/ricko to get your 10 stock picks right now. Okay, so let's start with the business itself, because this is one of those companies where the stock only makes sense once you understand the scale of the operation. Now, TSM sits at the center of the modern tech economy. And the key distinction is that TSM manufactures chips. It doesn't design them. Apple, Nvidia, AMD, Broadcom, Qualcomm, they design the blueprints, and TSM turns those blueprints into physical silicon. Now, that may sound like a boring manufacturing job, but when it comes to semiconductors, this is actually the hardest part of the process. Because it's one thing to design a powerful chip, but it's an entirely other thing to produce that chip at massive scale with extreme precision and with the most advanced nodes anywhere. And that's where TSM's built one of the strongest positions in global tech. As of the first quarter of 2026, close to 72% of the entire global foundry market ran through TSM. Samsung, the nearest competitor, just sits in the single digits. And that gap isn't just leadership. This is a moat in everything but name. And when I say foundry, this is the business of manufacturing chips for other companies. The customer brings the design and the foundry does the manufacturing. And that's why TSM matters so much. It's not just another semiconductor company. It's the production layer underneath the AI boom, right? Smartphones, high-performance computing, and a lot of the modern digital economy. And the company also owns the manufacturing frontier. It has 3 nanometer in full production, 2 nanometer already in volume production, and the N2P extension that's scheduled for the second half of this year. By the way, the smaller the nanometer, the more advanced the chips it can produce. And that matters because the world, well, it just keeps asking for more compute, more efficiency, and more power in smaller spaces. And that's exactly the kind of problem that TSM is built to solve. And before I move into the stock itself, this is also why I talk about companies like this in my free investing community. It's one of the fastest growing investing communities here on YouTube. And inside, I talk with investors about specific companies, stock ideas, and even options trading. It's completely free to join, so just scan the QR code on the screen or click the link in the description. Okay, so we all agree that the business is incredible, but the stock is where things get a little more complicated. TSM has almost doubled over the past year, and it now trades near the top end of its 52-week range. The stock also reached a record intraday high of about $476 a share and closed at an all-time high on that same day. Then the error came out. TSM slid close to 7% over the sessions that followed and settled back near 430. And honestly, I think that pullback says more than the record did, because the record high just proved there was enthusiasm. But the pullback said, hey, wait, there's a bit of hesitation here. It showed the market may no longer be willing to pay up on reflex. Instead, I think investors may be starting to weigh valuation against the catalysts once again. And that makes sense, right? A stock that nearly doubles in a year eventually has to earn that new price with fresh fundamentals. Momentum can push a stock higher for a while, but eventually earnings have to show up. And that leaves serious buyers facing the same honest question. Is the easy money already gone? Well, I don't think the answer is that simple, because owning TSM here right now means paying up for the next leg of the structural story. Owning the entire stock comes down to two things: what drives the next leg higher, and what could break the story before it gets there. Well, both answers have changed meaningfully over the last 3 months, and the biggest growth driver may not be what investors are actually watching. The catalyst the market, I think, may be sleeping on is the way TSM has started to price its product. For most of its history, the company leaned on stability over leverage. It kept the wafer prices steady to keep its biggest customers comfortable and to stop competitors from, well, taking advantage too much of the opportunity. But that discipline changed in 2026. TSM is now raising its prices across its most advanced nodes. It's pushing cutting-edge 3-nanometer wafers up by as much as 15% later this year. It's also setting the brand new 2-nanometer node near $30,000 a wafer, the highest price it's ever charged. And it's doing that through an order book that's already sold out. And that part is important because price increases, that's one thing when demand is weak. But price increases are very different when customers still need everything that you actually make. And that's what gives TSM leverage. And what makes this powerful is where all the money goes. A foundry price increase is practically pure profit, right? The fabs are already built. The lithography tools are already paid for. The employees are already there. So charging more for the same wafer doesn't require the same level of added cost. Most of that increase is going to fall straight into gross margin. And TSM's gross margin already was a stunning 66.2% in the first quarter of 2026. This is basically what's left over after the direct costs of producing the product. So when a company with already strong gross margins raise prices on capacity that's already sold out, well, the earnings impact can be really powerful. Now, let's walk through what that exactly means. The nodes getting repriced make up about 74% of its revenue. So even a single-digit price increase works off a revenue base north of $100 billion. And that can translate into billions of extra revenue. And because the added cost is limited, the bulk of it can drop straight to the net income line. And if you run the math, it points to earnings increase in the 10 to 15% range. And that's already sitting on top of the volume growth that's already coming. And this also quietly solves the one margin worry that's worth taking seriously. The new US fabs are expected to create a 2 to 3% margin drag as they come online. But the price hikes, they more than cover it. So what looks like a simple price increase may actually be something much bigger. It may actually be a multi-year repricing of the most valuable manufacturing capacity on Earth. And if that's true, the impact could compound past any single quarter. Now, if you've been watching TSM, maybe you want to buy the stock, but you think it's a little too expensive right now. Maybe you'd rather buy it 15 or 20% below where it trades today. Check this video up here because I talk about how you can sell a put option on a stock you want to own and get paid to wait for it to come down to your price. And if it does drop to your price, you get to buy it and you got paid while waiting. Now, back to the stock. Look, every investment comes with risk. And with TSM, I think the obvious risk here is Taiwan. I mean, the risk of a conflict in Taiwan is real, but I think it's already fully baked into the conversation. Every serious investor knows that risk exists. So I don't think that this is a near-term risk that anyone's ignoring. The risk that actually gives me a pause for a moment sits right on the calendar. And almost no one outside the semiconductor desk seemed to be talking about it. Two patent licensing outfits, Longitude Licensing and Marlin Semiconductor. Well, they filed a complaint that triggered an investigation at the U.S. International Trade Commission, and that case opened in late March 2025. And the part that should make investors kind of like sit up is what those firms are asking for. They want an exclusion order. This is basically a ban on importing certain types of chips into the United States. And in this case, the complaint targets chips built on TSM's 7 nanometer and smaller nodes. And that sweep is huge. It covers silicon inside nearly every AI accelerator, every recent iPhone, and every flagship processor. Apple, Qualcomm, and Broadcom are also on the respondent list right next to TSM. And that matters because close to 75% of TSM's annual revenue comes from North America. So a worst case ruling would not just dent a product line, it would actually wall the company off from most of its business. It would also choke the supply of the very chips the AI build-out depends on. Now, to be fair, the odds of a sweeping ban are probably pretty low. Longitude and Marlin, they don't build chips. They exist to squeeze value out of patents. And the commission has grown openly skeptical of these licensing plays and have tossed several of them. The patents also started their life at a rival foundry, and TSM has actually settled this kind of thing before. So I'm not saying that investors should assume the end is near. I think that would be a bit too aggressive. But I'm saying this setup is a bit unusual. Investors are staring at a low probability event with a potentially catastrophic payoff and a fixed date on the calendar. A preliminary rule is expected within the next month or so, with a final decision due in October. And markets usually struggle with that kind of a mix, because even if the odds are low, nobody likes any uncertainty sitting right in front of them after a stock has nearly doubled. And that brings me to the verdict. TSM is about as close to a must-own stock as the AI infrastructure trade offers. The franchise dominates, the capacity is all spoken for, they're sold out, and for the first time in years, the company's flexing genuine pricing power that can actually land straight to the bottom line. So the longer-term case here, I think, is still intact. If anything, it might actually get stronger. But I would separate the company from the entry point itself. I would happily own TSM, but I wouldn't be chasing it at peak prices with a binary legal ruling sitting just days or weeks away. To me, the smarter approach is to build a position with dry powder. Let the June ruling clear, and if the market panics, well, I would actually treat that fear as a potential buying opportunity, assuming the long-term thesis stays intact. Because the big picture hasn't changed. The world still needs more advanced chips, AI still needs more compute, and TSM still sits at the center of that entire supply chain. But price matters, timing matters, and when a stock has already run this far, investors need to respect both the upside and the risk. So that's my take on TSM, but now I want to turn it over to you. Do you think TSM's pricing power makes the stock worth chasing even after this huge run? Or do you think the legal risks and current valuation make it just smarter to wait for a better entry point? And before I go, did I get this right? Did I forget anything? Let me know all of that and more in the comments below. And while you're there, if you found the video helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe, because it really does help others find the video, it supports the channel, and it makes sure that you don't miss out on my next deep dive. Well, that's it for me today. I want to thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you again here on YouTube or in my community. Bye for now.